In this video, we show you how to replace the brake linings, disc and caliper on the front axle. The vehicle is already on the lifting platform and is prepared to enable a simple replacement. Start by disconnecting the plug connection for the brake lining wear display. Then remove the cover caps on the brake caliper. Use a suitable tool such as pliers to pull the retaining springs of the brake linings out of the brake caliper housing. Release both guide bolts from the brake caliper and then take off the brake caliper housing. Remove the rear brake lining and the two guide pins from the brake caliper housing. The removed brake caliper housing must be set down or secured so that the brake caliper's weight does not put any strain on or damage the brake hose. Remove the outer brake lining from the exposed brake carrier. Once the brake carrier screws have been loosened, it's removed. The brake disc is now exposed and can also be removed. The axle carrier and wheel hub should be cleaned as thoroughly as possible at this point to produce an even and smooth contact surface. You can then fit the new brake disc, initially fixing it with a nut. To make it easier to clean the brake carrier, it's best to clamp it in a vise. Dirt can then be removed using a brush and, if necessary, also a file. A suitable cleaning spray can also be used for optimum flushing away and removal of any dislodged dirt. The brake carrier cleaned in this way is fitted again and the retaining bolts are tightened to the torque specified by the manufacturer. The brake caliper is also replaced in this example repair. To do this, the breather valve on the old brake caliper must be opened to remove the remaining brake fluid. Connect a collecting tray to the connection and use a reset tool to move the brake piston back. Once the brake fluid has been removed from the brake caliper, close the breather valve again. The pipe carrier on the caliper is now released, the brake pipe unscrewed, and the pipe temporarily sealed. In the next step, the brake pipe and pipe carrier can be refitted on the new brake caliper, and this should be set down and/or fixed for the subsequent steps. We would recommend checking the two guide pins on the brake caliper housing, cleaning if necessary, lubricating them with the grease provided with the new brake caliper, and repositioning. Before continuing with installation, clean the new brake disc with a suitable cleaning spray and then dry the component. Once the brake disc has been cleaned, you can grease the contact surfaces of the brake carrier on which the brake lining's hammerheads are positioned in the next step. The outer brake lining is now placed on the brake carrier using the greased contact surfaces. The inner brake lining is also inserted in the brake caliper housing with the assistance of the retaining springs and greased contact surfaces. Note the special assembly information in the installation instructions. Then pull the protective film off the rear plate of the outer brake lining, and when fitting the brake caliper housing, ensure that the adhesive surfaces are not damaged. When the brake caliper housing is in the right installation position, you can screw it to the brake carrier with the guide bolts. Note the torque specified by the manufacturer. Then re-establish the plug connection for the brake lining wear display, clip the cable into the bracket, and refit the cover caps on the brake caliper. Move the retaining spring back to its position on the brake caliper housing. If necessary, use a new part from the repair kit. For the brake piston and linings to assume their correct positions, the brake pedal should be depressed no more than 2/3 of its travel distance several times with the vehicle stationary. The hydraulic brake system should then be refilled and vented following the vehicle manufacturer's instructions.